We will all reiterate the words of Nketiah after Arsenal losing to Sporting Lisbon on the injury of William Saliba that it never looked worse. That's it. But today we are getting reports coming in from France indicating to us that the injury is really worse for William Saliba and he might be out for several weeks. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys? And where you watching us from? I go by the names of Rokani David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Things around Arsenal are really sad because to me, he's the best defender in that defensive partnership alongside Magalhaes. He's really great and he has complemented with Magalhaes as well, and they've put Arsenal to where it is right now. And him being out for weeks as confirmed by the RMC Sport coming in from France shows you that it's really a hint on how hard it's going to be for William Saliba to return on time to play against Crystal Palace and very many other games. So don't forget to subscribe, guys. We want to hit 13,000 subscribers before the end of this month, and please, it's going to be our honor if at all you guys subscribe. And how do you subscribe? Lower right bottom corner is the place to be. We are talking about Jesus, on how he challenged the doctors of Arsenal and he healed very soon, meaning that he healed ahead of schedule. And the secret behind all that has been revealed to us as to how Jesus really worked hard for his return to save the season of Arsenal to win the league. And lastly, Nketiah has also put out certain posts that are really showing lots of positivity on his return. He's working hard to return, so to it that he puts in some effort as Arsenal really goes in through to play into the remaining 11 games to win the Premier League. So let's get this rolling. And first and foremost, we've gotten a report coming in from RMSC from France that William Saliba is expected to withdraw from the France squad due to the bad injury and will not be in the Arsenal squad for the Sunday's match against Crystal Palace, reports RMC. That is RMC, and it's a very credible source coming in from France as far as these stories are really concerned. So William Saliba is out of the Crystal Palace game. If at all you watched my match preview of Arsenal versus Crystal Palace, I think I also excluded him from my lineup, from my predicted lineup, and he's out. And I put Rob Holding to go on and really get that job done and dusted into that game that Arsenal needs to win. If at all Arsenal wins that game of Palace, they are going to be 8 points ahead of Manchester City. Now, more reports coming in from France have told us that Saliba was injured on Thursday night in the UEFA Europa League. The central defender gave up his place in the 21st minute. The news is not good in view of the exams passed by the player who suffers from the back. It should be forfeited for the gathering of the French team. So even the French team has said, Saliba, you aren't joining us because you're really having a back injury, and it's really a very huge blow to the Arsenal side. You know, when such injuries come in through, it's really hurting, especially if at all you lose Tomiyasu and Saliba on the same night. If you lose one of those, you'll know that if it's Saliba, Ben White will go and play into the central defense with Gabriel Magalhaes, because that's how they played last season, and they really kept close to 12-13 clean sheets last season. So if at all it's Tomiyasu, you know that, all right, Ben White will come in through and play into that position. So Nketiah is left with one of the centre backs that he leastly trusts at the club of Arsenal, that is Rob Holding, to get the job going. And the only positive that Arsenal should really keep on and really be looking at, that is Saliba going to return in a period of 2 weeks. That's it, because they are playing Leeds at Emirates, I think on the 1st of April. Then after Leeds, they're going to be playing, is it Liverpool? Yeah, they're going to be playing Liverpool. So it shows you that the next games they're playing after the World Cup, after the international friendlies, after the international break, are really going to be so much dependent or determinant onto how they are going to win the league. So Rob Holding, if he's to go on and really play into that position, he should find himself in a very, 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 very sensible call, because he's coming in the boots of a player who is one of the best players in the world, all according to his age. 21 years of age, 22, playing very well, and he is really solid, press resistant, good game reading, and he does lots of passes that really help Arsenal to build on. And he has a couple of goals, by the way. If I'm not mistaken, Saliba has close to 3 goals this season. So his boots are really huge, and Rob Holding needs to find himself in a better position to come and fulfill them. So let's wait and see how that is going to happen between Arsenal and Crystal Palace, because Saliba is away, and the only prayer that Arsenal fans should be praying is that he recovers as soon as possible when the international break comes to an end. That will be a very huge injury boost if at all it really happens. And the back injury really takes long to heal. It really takes long to heal, and I saw Marcus Rashford suffer with it. But the good thing is that the player can get painkillers and play with the back injury. Then he goes ahead and rests. You get, he might not even go for the preseason if at all Arsenal really need for him to heal fully. I saw Marcus Rashford at Manchester United battle with the back injury, and then he found himself resting and obviously found himself back. And it calls for like 3 months of rest without playing the game of football. So that is going to be a very huge decision for Nketiah to take. Should we play Saliba on painkillers until the end of the season? Then he finds himself in a position of really healing later. You get, after the season, you give him like 2-3 months, because the season is going to end in May. So you count June, July, and August. That means Arsenal should go in for another central defender to come in and really partner up with Gabriel Magalhaes in the summer. After that, another exciting story that is being reported by the sources coming from Arsenal, that is Sam Dean. He's a football reporter for the Daily Telegraph and Sunday Telegraph. Has gone ahead and really told us the secret behind the ahead of the scheduled return of Gabriel Jesus, and is telling us that if the medical team set a target for 12 days, Jesus would try to do it in 10 days. If they said 3 weeks, he would try to do it in 2.5 weeks. As Arteta put it earlier this month, Jesus was really pushing the boundaries at every stage of his recovery. So nothing excites a manager like having a player dying to come back on the field of play, because every time a player is dying to come on the field of play means that he just doesn't want to be benched or be out of action. So if you're asked whether Jesus was missing action, that's it. The answer is yes. It's in this answer, because every time he worked towards getting back ahead of schedule, and he went ahead to fulfill that, and that is Jesus for you. And I believe amidst the injury of Saliba, I think when you're having Jesus leading the line, you at least have an extra man to defend, because Jesus runs, presses at the front, and after pressing from the front, when that ball is really kicked to their half, he runs and then defends in his half. So when you look at his heat map, it shows you that he's one of the most important players at Arsenal. Why? He helps them in the transitions, in the offensive area. Even when Arsenal doesn't have the ball, Jesus tracks back and obviously runs into the first third of the pitch to defend for Arsenal. So I think it shows you how good this player is, and that's why he's one of the right signings that Nketiah made. You know, when you look at how Jesus is playing, no Arsenal fan is mourning as to why they never brought in Dusan Vlahovic, and they only talk about Vlahovic to just come in and really take over the Eddie Nketiah role, not to come over and take on the role of Gabriel Jesus. So as it stands, Jesus is really available for the game of Crystal Palace, and that's how he worked hard to break the chains to get into the team of Arsenal. Now, after Jesus, even the man that was really standing in his boots, however big they were, as he was really fighting for his return, he's now fighting for his return. That is Eddie Nketiah. And Eddie Nketiah has taken to his Instagram and posted the following, that crafting, that is Nketiah, and he was working, crafting, soon back, and obviously the rehab crew was also with him. These are the two rehab crew that are working with Eddie Nketiah, not Jesus, and it's always looking great for a side called Eddie Nketiah. And you would love Eddie Nketiah to be back, by the way. That's what you would love. And they are doing a celebration of Marcus Rashford, that it's all about the mind. And the mindset is right. And Eddie Nketiah is really working hard to find himself in positions of returning to play ball for the Arsenal team. So guys, your thoughts on to William Saliba out for several weeks are welcome in the comment section below. Then Jesus' miraculous return that shocked the doctors of Arsenal. What are your thoughts about it? And Eddie Nketiah on his way back to see to it that he gets back into that Arsenal side to play a very huge role towards the winning of the Premier League, because they are topping the league with 5 points, and if at all they continue winning more and more, obviously it will turn out to be one of those results that Arsenal, or those returns that Arsenal will always be happy about. May the Almighty God bless you abundantly. I sign out for now. See you later. Second video of the day. We are left with one to close the day. I'm out.